All right, man. So several, hold on. Several of my friends that I follow on TikTok asked me, can you do this song in its entirety, man? I didn't know like how many people knew this song or whatever, but this is the Legend of Wooley Swamp. It's a fucking killer song, man. So, right, I don't know, late 70s. I grew up camping. We camped at the racetrack. We camped at the river. It was just a roving party of gypsy-minded fuckers. There'd be cars and trucks and Harleys all lined up. And some rough characters, half of them you're related to. And it was just an event, man. The kids had a ball. The parents had a ball. Maybe that's the reason I raised my kids the way I did. I don't know. Like I'm just making this shit up as I go along. I've been doing that since I was born. I'm gonna keep doing it. Fuck it. Right. So, but this song, man. So, all right, dude pulled up in late 70s model Monte Carlo. Fucking proud of it, right? Had T-tops. Remember T-tops? It was like convertibles are for pussies, but T-tops, they're cool. And he had an 8-track, 8-track cassette player machine in his car, which meant we're not subjected to what they're playing on the radio. We can play whatever the fuck we want to. And dude had Million Mile Reflection and Charlie Daniels Band. And it played over and over and over again. And this song was on there. And, in that situation, the older kids look after the younger kids. And, they kind of blah, blah, blah. And I was somewhere in the middle. And I was mesmerized. I was completely mesmerized by the ghost story quality of this song, man. Man, at like 8 years old, I fell in love with it, and I'm still in love with it. I'm like 49 years old, and be 50 soon. And it still hits me, man. It always does. So anytime there's kids around, especially if we're camping, I love to play this song for them. And most of the time, they get it. They're enthralled just like I was. This is really cool. Maybe a rite of passage, I don't know. But last week, Chucky D died, and that sucks because it reminds me, once again, that this don't last. None of this shit lasts. And it's all cool. Don't matter. All right, so I'm going to attempt to do this without fucking it up. But if I fuck it up, I fuck it up. All right. I think this is right. Hold, bear with me. I believe that's good enough. If you ever go back in the Wooley Swamp, well, you better not go at night. There's things out there in the middle of them woods that make a strong man die for fright. Things crawl and things are flying, things that creep around the ground. And they say the ghost of Lucius Clay gets up and he walks around, but I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself, and I couldn't see it. Well, I never would have listened to nobody else, and I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself. There's some things in this world you just can't explain. The old man lived in the Wooley Swamp, way back in the Booger Woods. Never did do a lot of harm in this world, he just never did do no good. The people didn't think too much of him, they all thought he acted kind of funny. The old man didn't care about people anyway, all he cared about was money. He'd stuff it all down into mason jars and he'd bury it all around. And on certain nights when the moon is right, well, he'd dig it up out of the ground. He'd pour it all out on the floor of his shack and he'd run his fingers through it. Yeah, Lucius Clay was a greedy old man, and that's all there was to it. Couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself, and I couldn't see it. Never would have listened to nobody else, and I couldn't believe it. Just had to find out for myself. There's some things in this world you just can't explain. Now the Kegels boys, they was white trash, and they lived over on Carter Creek. They was mean as a snake and sneaky as a cat and belligerent when they'd speak. And one night the oldest brother said, "Why don't y'all meet me in the Wooley Swamp later? We'll take old Lucius's money and we'll feed him to the alligators." Well, they found the old man out back of the shack with a shovel in his hand and 13 rusted mason jars he done dug up out of the sand. And they all went crazy and they beat the old man and they picked him up off the ground. Then they threw him in the swamp and stood there and laughed as the black water sucked him down. They turned around and went back to the shack and they picked up the money and ran. They hadn't gone nowhere when they realized they was running in quicksand. Well, they struggled and they screamed and they tried to get away, and just before they went under, they could hear that old man laughing in a voice as loud as thunder. Well, that's been 50 years ago. You can go by there yet. There's a spot in the yard in the back of that shack where the ground is always wet. And on certain nights when the moon is right, down by that dark footpath, you can hear 3 young men screaming. And you can hear that old man laugh. So if you ever go back in the Wooley Swamp, well, you better not go at night. Things out there in the middle of them woods that make a strong man die for fright. Things are crawling, things are flying, things creep around on the ground. And they say the ghost of Lucius Clay gets up and he walks around, but I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself, and I couldn't believe it. No, I never would listen to nobody else. I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself. There's some things in this world you just can't explain. Some things in this world you just can't explain. Yes, some things in this world can't be explained. All right, cool. Later.